Trooper has to deliver devastating news to family on Halloween, but when the door opens, his plan changes. On Halloween night, Trooper Nathan Bradley from Morgan County, Georgia, received a call that chilled him to his core: a fatal car crash. DJ and Crystal Howard, a couple on their way back from the store, had died in the wreck. As the reality of the situation sank in, Bradley and the coroner drove to the Howard family home to deliver the devastating news to the family. But when they pulled up to the house, the street was still lit with Halloween decorations, and carved pumpkins glowed on the porch. He knocked. A few seconds later, the door creaked open. Standing in front of him were 4 children: Justin, 13, Amaya, 10, Damien, 8, and Travion, 6, all dressed in Halloween costumes, smiling and excited to greet visitors. Bradley's heart sank. The children, completely unaware of what had just happened, were still caught up in the joy of trick-or-treating, their eyes bright with the thrill of Halloween. Bradley made a decision. Instead of breaking the news right then, he smiled weakly and told the kids he was there to check on them. Bradley and his fellow officers then scrambled to find a relative who could care for them. The children's grandmother, Stephanie Oliver, lived in Florida, a 7-hour drive away. Bradley couldn't bear the thought of breaking the news and leaving the children alone while they waited, especially on what had been such a joyful evening for them. Instead, Bradley made a remarkable decision. He postponed sharing the tragic news, hoping the children would associate the loss with November 1st rather than Halloween. With permission, he spent the evening making sure the kids had a memorable holiday. He took them to several fast food restaurants, allowing each child to pick their favorite meal, and then brought them back to the police post for a movie. Officers there created a mini trick-or-treat experience, handing out candy and goodie bags to keep the festive spirit alive. While the younger children were happy and carefree, 13-year-old Justin seemed to sense that something was wrong. However, he kept quiet, helping Bradley manage his siblings' questions. The children remained blissfully unaware until the next morning when their grandmother arrived and gently told them the tragic truth. But this wasn't the end of the story. You see, Bradley's kindness didn't end there. He set up a fundraising page to help the family with the financial burden of raising 4 children, and in just 6 days, donations exceeded $450,000. Bradley would write down his phone number along with a kind note, and it was then that the trooper realized he didn't want to say goodbye to the family. He wanted them to remain a part of his life, and so he told them to call him when they needed him, and the next day, Justin, the eldest child, would do just that. The children would eventually leave Georgia to go to live with their grandmother in Florida, but before they left, Bradley would visit to say goodbye, and they hugged him so tightly he could feel it through his vest. Bradley would remain in contact with the family and even invited them to his wedding, because it was the first time in the line of duty that he told someone he loved them, because he did. And although the family needed a lot of healing to get through such tough times, Trooper Bradley's actions did wonders to help 4 amazing children, because he had been a bright spot on what was actually a dark day.